In the middle of Thanksgiving dinner, my own mother looked me dead in the eye and said, "Get out. We're done carrying you." Just like that, no fight, no warning, while I was the one who'd been secretly holding everything together for years. The table went dead silent. Forks stopped midair. My dad wouldn't meet my gaze. My sisters just stared at their plates. And in that frozen moment, something inside me didn't break. It locked into place. If they really thought I was the burden, they were about to discover exactly who'd been carrying whom. I'm Elena, 39, and for as long as I can remember, I've been the reliable one. The daughter who built a career in finance, managed crises at work like clockwork, but at home, I was the ATM everyone pretended wasn't there, until they needed it. Our family gatherings always looked perfect from the outside. Twinkling lights, roasted turkey, forced laughter over old stories. But inside, I knew every hidden fracture. My mother, Diane, ruled the emotional climate. When she was pleased, the room thawed. When she turned frigid, everyone shivered. That day, she was Arctic. My father, Richard, poked at his mashed potatoes like they owed him money. My older sister, Laura, scrolled her phone with the screen dark. Younger sister, Megan, hid a smug little smile behind her napkin. She'd always resented that I succeeded where she stalled. They'd all leaned on me quietly, relentlessly. When Laura's divorce drained her savings, I covered her rent. When Megan's kid needed braces and private school, my checks arrived without fanfare. When my parents' mortgage payments lagged and medical bills piled up, I handled them. No questions, no gratitude. I told myself that's what family does. I told myself it would finally make me indispensable. Diane had a favorite saying growing up, "The strong ones hold the family together." I never realized she meant only one of us was supposed to be strong, me. She never expected my sisters to step up.
She taught them to.
Delegate, to disappear when things got hard. And I let them. As dessert plates circulated and everyone pretended the bomb hadn't detonated, Diane chatted about the cranberry sauce and neighborhood gossip, never once glancing my way. Erasing me was her specialty. It hurt deeper than any scream. Laura finally muttered, "Mom's got a point, Elena. You've been absent lately." Absent. The word stung, considering I'd wired her money just last month. Megan jumped in, voice dripping fake concern. "If you're in trouble, just admit it. We're here for you." As if the flow had ever gone both ways. Then Diane delivered the killing blow, slow and deliberate. "Elena, darling, it's time you stood on your own. Stop leaning on this family so heavily." No one contradicted her. Their silence wasn't shock, it was consent. That was the instant clarity hit me like cold water. I wasn't their dependent. I never had been. I excused myself, splashed water on my face in the bathroom, and stared at the woman in the mirror. She finally saw the truth. I'd never truly belonged at that table. I'd just been paying for the privilege of sitting there. Back at the table, I slipped on my coat. Diane frowned. "Where do you think you're going?" "Home," I said simply. No one followed. No one called out. The front door clicked shut behind me, and the winter air felt like freedom. That night in my condo, I didn't rage or cry. I opened my laptop and started canceling. Auto payments for their phones, the lake house utilities, Megan's kids' tuition gone.
Click, click, click.
Each confirmation email felt like releasing a breath I'd held for 15 years. The lake house was the big one. I'd signed it over to my parents years ago as a gift, but my attorney insisted on a safeguard. If they ever challenged my rights or acted in bad faith, title reverted to me instantly. I'd thought it was paranoid then. Now it felt like destiny. For days later, the calls began, not apologies, but demands. "Megan first. The lake. House is ice cold. What did you do to the heat?" I waited a beat, then replied, "You told me to stop leaning on the family. So, I stopped paying for things I don't use." She sputtered about loyalty until I ended the call. Dad left a meek voicemail about talking it through. Laura texted guilt-trippy memes. Then came the certified letter. Diane's lawyer demanding the court void the lake house transfer, claiming undue influence and confusion. They hadn't even tried talking first. They went straight for theft. My lawyer laughed when he read it. They just triggered the reversion clause themselves. The house is yours again, effective immediately. We met them at the old corner cafe, neutral ground with sticky tables and burnt coffee. They filed in looking wounded and righteous. Diane spoke first. This tantrum has gone far enough, Elena. You've made your little statement. I slid a folder across the table, bank statements, transfer records, totals spanning a decade and a half. These are the statements you forgot existed. Richard's eyes widened at the numbers. Laura went pale. Megan's mouth opened, then shut. You paid all this? Dad whispered. Every cent, I said. While you insisted I was the one who needed help. Diane bristled. We never asked. You never had to. I cut in gently. You just expected. I laid out the reversion clause next. By contesting the gift, you activated it. The house is mine. Legally. Finally. For once, Diane had nothing. No script, no comeback, just a flicker of genuine fear. I stood, placed a single crisp $5 bill on the table. That's your inheritance from everything I gave. The rest you already spent, without ever saying thank you. The cafe door chimed as I walked out. No one called after me. In the weeks since, my phone has stayed quiet. My mornings are peaceful. The lake house title sits in my name, untouched. I don't need it either. I just needed to stop paying for people who never valued the price. I didn't burn the bridge. I simply stopped maintaining it alone. And for the first time, I'm not carrying anyone's weight but my own.